from New York, and
How nice.
Did you do it at their home or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, it was really.
That's nice.
Okay, there are just a few of us, but it's noon.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Those of you who are gathered with us and those of you who are watching online via Facebook. I am not in my normal spot at my desk at home. I'm actually in my car because, as I was explaining, I was doing a bar mitzvah for a young man. There were 5 of us, and it was really lovely, and it's one of the things that I believe is very special about Shma Koleinu is that we are able to meet people where they're at in whichever way, whatever the way they need. And so to see a young man like this young man who didn't know an olive from a bet last year, to see him stand here this year and be able to own the tradition is a beautiful thing. So I'm thinking a lot about owning our tradition and giving ourselves the gift of, well, what our tradition offers, what it provides. You know, we don't live in a Jewish world. I mean, that shouldn't come as a surprise. But we have so many Jewish tools that we can bring to our life, especially these days when life feels like it is so beyond our control. I mean, life has always been beyond our control, but I think it felt like there were more things that were aligned in the direction of our lives that made them comfortable, that made them work, which we weren't necessarily even aware of them. I mean, who could imagine that 4 months ago, spending time with someone, hugging someone, would be considered a luxury that right now we can't afford. It all ultimately comes down to this practice of gratitude and this practice of becoming aware of the blessings, aware of the things in our lives that are working. We don't pay attention to them in truth, unless we are forced to, unless we find ourselves pushed in that direction. There are so many things like that. Think of flooding. The number of times that we flooded. So to live in a home that during the rain you can expect you can assume it's not going to flood, in and of itself is a blessing. To know that you can drive down the street or go into a store and be safe, is a blessing. To have faith in tomorrow is a blessing. And yet these things often pass us by without notice, which I guess on some level is life. It's normal life. Abraham Joshua Heschel he taught about practical mysticism. And what he was saying was that, he very much believed in the sort of mystical powers that existed in life just below the surface, but that we exercise them properly when we bring to view those things that we don't normally see. When we pursue connections that we wouldn't have even imagined were possible. And so these are these are thoughts that are very much filling my mind. Is now that we are settling in. Well, I can't say we're settling in, but now that I don't hear anybody talking about when COVID ends, and not because we don't imagine that there will be a time when we will be beyond it, but because we know it's going to be a long time. And we as a society, I think, are becoming, whether our governments are becoming this way or not is another question, but we as a society are getting it more and more. And one reaction, of course, is to stay indoors. Another reaction is to go out. I don't know which is the right way to go in the big picture. I mean, we can't know. I know that if I'm doing something that's endangering others, I shouldn't be doing that. I think that's what we're missing is how do we get to a place where we can be, as a society, more sensitive to our blessings, more positively reactive towards the reality of our lives working, such that we don't put other people at risk. Because if I'm blessing it for me, then I have to bless it for them. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzar meod, gesher tzar meod, gesher tzar meod. Kol haolam kulo gesher tzar meod, gesher tzar meod. V'ha'ikar, v'ha'ikar, lo לפחד, lo לפחד כלל. והעיקר, והעיקר, לא לפחד כלל. All the world is a narrow bridge. All the world presents us with roadblocks and obstacles and passages that seem difficult to maneuver. The ha'ikar lo lefached klal. The principle of it, the most important thing is do not be afraid. And in this teaching, it's not saying that we should pretend that we're not afraid. It's that we should not be our fear. We should not allow the fear to overcome our ability to step forward, to step up and step in. So we take each step day after day. May we carry it all forward for a blessing. May we not get stuck. May we be able to react meaningfully with purpose and light a way for others. That's my prayer for today.
Good.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Rabbi. Be safe getting back home.
I will. Yeah.
So it's
wasn't gonna-
really,
Thank you.
it's really flooded there right now around 59 and airport.
There was a couple of streets, but no, it looks okay.
Okay, well, be
Yeah,
safe
yeah.
going home.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
again. Have a good day, everybody.
Thank you.